Find your pose. You can start in Sukhanasana, easy sitting pose, kneeling. Any posture you feel comfortable with. When you have tight hips, remember you can put your soles of your feet together in front of you, or you're lengthening your legs. Always you want to find a long spine. Sit bones, these bones in between your muscles. You want to find a long spine, your belly gently coming in to not fall into your lower back and dropping your energy, falling forward. So very, very gentle. It's a nice little, it's more an attention than attention. You bring your awareness deep down into your pelvis floor, where your sacrum is, and your tailbone rooting down. And from your tailbone, you let your spine with this natural curve, finding length, space between the vertebrae, rooting down sits bone towards the center of this planet, like you're letting your roots growing. And this uplifting force, this very natural force, like when you plant a seed in soil, cover it with the soil. There is this force of your roots rooting down, and these nice little green leaves want to reach towards light. If we don't put anything in the way of wanting, not wanting, needing, avoiding, hesitating, fighting, these wonderful human behavings, what we love to have, to feel us alive, to feel I am. When you would let this, just for a moment, this struggle, am I right, am I wrong, I shouldn't, I have to. If you would leave this just by the side for one moment and feeling these natural forces in you, deeply rooted, rising towards light. We are growing, we are born out of darkness. And from this moment, rising towards light until our last breath we take. Feeling just this moment of peace. Shouldn't have to, has to. Yes, no. Find your natural breath. This constant flow of in and exhaling, effortless. Nothing to do. Being is breathing, is one breath. Being is here. Right now. This constant doing, needing, wanting. By the end of the day, what counts is your presence. So let yourself nourish your being, your presence, your humanness. and bringing your awareness towards yourself, giving up struggling for just a moment, and being aware of who you are, what you are. Maybe you can set this as intention for today's practice. In every moment, pure joy. Even there are asanas challenging. Maybe you're hesitating a tiny bit. Find this place of being, breathe, breath. Let your struggles pause for a moment and nourish your being. And for today's pranayama, let's take the alternate nostril breathing, nadi sotana. So with your right hand, you're making a fist, leave your thumb, and then you're opening your pinky finger. Maybe you want to rolling in your three middle finger a tiny bit tighter to activate the root of your thumb, opening like the greetings from the surfers. I really would like to know why they do this. I need to find out. They're always remembering. Thumb on your right side, pinky finger on the left side of your nose, closing your right nostril and breathe in with your left. Closing both of your nostrils, holding your breath in. Opening your right and exhaling your right side. Pause for a moment. Inhaling your right side. Closing both of your sides, holding your breath in with gentleness, with ease. Opening your left side and exhaling your left side. Pause for a moment. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Closing both sides, holding your breath. Opening your right side, exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay empty, pause. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Both sides closing 2, 3, 4, 5. Left side, exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhaling left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Closing, holding. Right side, exhaling. Pause. Inhaling 2. Holding, closing. Left side, exhaling. Pause. Inhaling left. Closing. Exhaling right side. Pause. Inhaling right. Holding. Exhaling left. Release your right hand with your eyes closed, feeling, sensing the benefit of your pranayama, alternate nostril breathing, warming up both sides of your brain, activating, crossing over in your medulla, like right side of your brain, serving left side of your body, left side of your brain, serving right side of your body. Connecting to your intuition, deep down, medulla, lower brain, to your reflexes, to your natural intelligence. Bring your arms on your side and sweep your arms over your head. Plant your palms of your hands together, and then you're crossing with your wrists, turning your palms of your hand facing each other, grasping your fingers, and stay. Release your shoulders, feeling your roots from your sits bones, letting your shoulders releasing even a tiny bit more while you're holding your hands with your eyes closed. And when we start moving, can you connect to your being, presence, vigorously, struggling, even you feel a tiny bit, it's growing to be heavy, maybe tickling, itching, maybe your muscles start to trembling. Finding ease in this pose. Releasing your fingers and like water, letting your arms very gently, just coming back down, very soft. In front of your belly. Press. Arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head. First, your palms of your hands meeting, and then you bring your other wrist in front, turning your palms of your hand, grasping your fingers, consciously releasing your shoulders down. Hands pressing into each other, connecting. Breath. Can you bring a smile in your heart? Can you bring a smile in your belly? Good morning, everyone else who was joining. Charlotte is here. Pedro, good morning. Anna, and Beatrice, nice you're back. Anna, Patrick, Mama and Papa. Good morning. Releasing tension. Breathe. Sit bones, rooting down, feeling your roots. And opening your fingers and very soft, letting your arms releasing back down. Very gentle, very soft. Palms of your hands meeting in front of your belly. Breath, reaching forward from your arms, inhaling your arms over your head. Exhaling, coming down slowly in front of you. Inhaling, opening your arms, palms of your hands facing forward. Exhaling, coming back down. Inhaling, arms. Exhaling, coming back down and reaching forward from your arms, rolling over your knees. Find your tabletop. Hands spreading wide, knees, hip width apart. Give yourself some movement, playing with your hips, pushing them to one side, towards the other side. Release your tension in your neck. Every little movement, let it become spontaneous. Plant your hand, your left hand in front of your face, reaching back with your right, stretching out your right leg, curling your toes under, lifting yourself out of your shoulders. Turn open your right hip, plant your foot onto the floor in a mini half moon. So you're reaching high from your right arm. Stay with your foot, stay down. Breathe until your body feels a balance. Maybe you want to play and you're lifting your right leg. Find your balance. Breathe. Activate your balls of your foot. Breathe. For some people, that's really very, very difficult. Wobbly. For some people, it's super easy. If it is really super easy, you can folding your knee, grabbing with your hand your ankle, flexing your foot and inhaling, release, plant your hand, your foot back onto the floor and you're releasing your knee. Take a few couple inhaling and exhaling in your center cat-cow pose. Back in your neutral, reaching back from your left foot and you're curling your toes under. First, find hips, shoulders. Plant right hand in front of your face. Open your left hip, plant your foot, lift your left arm, stacking your shoulders. Soft in your, yes, nice elbow. Step by step, if you feel prepared, you can start playing, lifting your leg. Yeah, lifting first. Breathe, wonderful. Find your inner strength, your inner alignment. Beautiful. Breathe. Stay here for body needs to learn. For some people, you can folding in your knee, grabbing your ankle. Breathe. Yeah, let yourself play. Inhaling, releasing, plant your hand, plant your knee back onto the floor. Take a couple of cat-cow breathing. Rounding your spine. Inhaling. Curl your toes, lift your knees. First downward facing dog for this day. Paddling your feet. Warming your hips. Being aware of your hands, your fingers, your shoulder. Bend your knees, flow in your child pose, memorizing child pose, always available for your practice. Whenever you feel you need to slow down, you need to rest, find your child pose, avoid sitting up, looking around, kicking in mind, judging, evaluating. Tuck your tailbone in, roll up your spine, vertebra for vertebra. Come in your kneeling. Remember, when you need, you can folding in your mat, put something between your heels and your knee. If you need, your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, gentle twisting from your belly button. You're twisting to your right side, left hand outside, right knee, your right hand, fingertips between your toes, planting your hand in the center in your back, gaze over your right shoulder. Where is your belly? Do you remember this nice alignment we started? Seat rooting down, head reaching high, and in between this beautiful, nice long snake, cool spine, breath. Inhaling, float with your arms in your center. Exhaling, twisting to your left side, turning from your belly button. So we normally have more flexibility down there, and we have this tendency to do not bring belly towards the side, to find your long spine twisting. Breath. Inhaling, bring your arms back in your center. Exhaling, opening them up, plant both of your fingertips behind. Opening your chest, rooting down from your seat. And now you find a bit of a back bending. So from your arching forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Gaze with your sternum towards the ceiling. For some people, maybe you can plant your hands onto the floor and you're lifting your seat, a nice side stretch. For some people, this is really painful in knees. Inhaling, releasing, reaching forward from your heart, plant your hands back onto the floor, gaze between your arms, curl your toes, lift your seat, downward facing dog. Please stay bent in your knees when you need. More important, grow long. Your breath growing stronger. Is there already struggling happening? Must, want, don't, should. Inhaling, coming back down onto your knees, releasing your toes. Your left hand walks towards your center, under your face. Your right hand on your sternum, opening your chest towards your right side and lifting your right arm if it's available. Exhaling, bring your hand back towards your sternum, twisting towards your left side. Keep on moving a few breaths in, inhaling. And you want to making sure you do not pull on your shoulder. Your arm naturally, like a natural movement, is opening up, or you stay with your hand on your sternum when your shoulders are a tiny bit tight. Exhaling, twisting towards your left side. Keep on moving. Slowing down your breath. Exhaling, keep on one more time. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, needle your right arm under your left, stretching your arm, come down onto your shoulder. Find a comfy position for your neck. Please stay there. With your left hand, find the center of your head. Really literally find the center of your head. And then from here, you're walking your fingertips forward, opening your left armpit, gaze under your left armpit, plant your left fingertips onto the floor, lifting your palm of your hand. Most of the people can do this staying here. Maybe you want to challenge yourself a bit more. You're walking with your left toes towards your right fingertips, stretching out your left leg, opening your torso even a tiny bit more towards the ceiling. Next step could be you're lifting your left arm towards the ceiling. And the last challenge can be you're opening your palm of your hand into your back, finding a bind with your right thigh and open your chest even a tiny bit more. Please, these are only options, variations. Find your style, find your own challenge. One more big inhaling. Unwriggling your pose, gently plant your hand back under your shoulder. Bring your knee back onto the floor when you let your legs stretching, and find back in your cat-cow breathing. Exhaling, rounding your spine. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, can you make sure your knees are under your hips, your hands under your shoulders, that your hands are not too far away and you need to fall into your elbows, shoulders, belly dropping forward. So you're pushing your seat back and you're walking your hands under your shoulders. And you want to changing side. So you bring your right hand under your face, your left hand on your sternum. Please start with your left hand on your sternum, that you're opening your chest. We do have this tendency to pull on shoulder and you're hurting your shoulder and your neck. So you want to bring your hand, first you open your chest and then you open your arm. Exhaling, twisting. Inhaling, bringing more flexibility in your torso, where your ribs are glued to your spine. We do have less mobility, and this part you want to give a bit more awareness, attention, opening up. Exhaling, twisting. One more. And one last time. You inhaling, lift, and with your exhaling, needle your arms through. Find a comfortable position from your arm. With your fingertips, find the center of your head. Let your arm reaching forward. Breathe, opening your chest. Breathe. Okay? You say stop. Breathe. Breathe. Tightness from surfing. Breathe. Go step by step. Really, when you would like, you're walking with your toes on the floor, stretching out your leg. Bring your arm towards the ceiling. Finding a bind. You say stop. One more big inhaling. And with your exhaling, you're slowly unwinding your powers. Plant your hand back under your shoulder, spread your knee back under your hips, and come back in your cat-cow breathing. Exhaling round. Inhaling, gaze between your arms, curl your toes, downward facing dog. Find your movements you need with 2 more breaths, and then you find your stillness. Please stay bent in your knees. Feel your fingers, your hands, your seat reaching high. Find stillness. Ardha Chandrasana. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, walking. If you feel ready, you can hopping, stepping, walking between your hands. First coming halfway. Some people need to bring hands on knees to find long legs, long spine. Some of you can stay with your fingertips, gazing between your arms, folding forward, Uttanasana, softening forward, hugging your elbows, create a bit more weight for your arms, growing heavy. Long neck, depths in your breath. Release your arms, tuck your tailbone in, roll up your spine, vertebra for vertebra. Now your feet are rooting down. Instead of your tailbone, it is your feet growing, roots, shoulders rolling back, hands, Tadasana, mountain. Top of your head, reach towards light. All your being reaching high. Breath. With your exhaling, plant your prayer in front of your chest. With your eyes closed, feel the soft touch of your hands. Inhaling, your fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Exhaling, folding forward. Uttanasana, step your right foot back. Long runner's lunge with your inhaling. Exhale, stepping back, sun salutation, downward facing dog. Inhaling, high plank. Stay for 2 breaths in your high plank while you're pushing your heels, rolling back your shoulders. Find freedom in your chest, lightness in your hips. Exhaling, release your knees, pull your hands towards your heart, elbows glued to your body, chin, chest meeting the floor. Inhaling, pushing with your toes, lifting your heart. Exhale, curl your toes, downward facing dog. Step your feet together, right leg, inhaling. Exhaling, step your right foot between your hands, long runner's lunge, pushing with your heel, opening your chest. Lightly stepping your left, meeting your right. Inhaling halfway. folding forward, Uttanasana from your feet. Inhaling, your chest lifting you up. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, releasing your arms, Tadasana. Do you feel your feet rooting down, shoulders releasing, belly breathing, heart smiling, inhaling, exhaling, folding forward, left foot stepping back, long runners lunge, inhaling, opening your chest. Exhale, step back downward, facing dog. Inhaling, high plank, stay here, 2 breaths. Inhaling, adjusting, rolling back shoulders, long neck, heels pushing. Exhale, release your knees, chin, chest, meeting the floor, sneaking forward from your chest, toes reaching back. Exhale, in your downward. And Samira, observe your shoulders when you're coming up. Downward, facing dog, step your feet together, your left leg reaching high towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Inhaling. Exhaling lightly. Inhaling halfway, fold forward. Inhaling long legs, long spine, light like a feather. Exhaling prayer, Tadasana, mountain, inhaling. Exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Inhaling, reach with your fingers. Exhaling, folding forward. Step your right foot back. Long runners lunge. Gazing forward. High lunge, arms swinging. Brace, front knee bending. Inhaling, arms. Exhaling, twisting, right arm reaches forward, left arm reaching back. Release your left arm, find the bind with your right thigh, lifting your right arm, gaze over your shoulder, seeing your heel. Breathe, bending your front knee. Opening your arms. Exhaling, plant your hands back onto the floor, stepping back, downward facing dog. Please choose, take a vinyasa or you stay in your down dog, child pose, always available. Taking Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing dog, spread your fingers, Max. Breathe. And meet in downward facing dog. Breath, steady, strong, nice breath. Breath, soft in your throat, soft in your jaw muscles. Maybe a few thighs with your exhaling. Step your feet together, lift your right leg towards the ceiling, listen. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand, opening 45 degrees, left hand rooting down, right arm reach towards the ceiling. Breath. 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 Exhaling, planting your right hand back onto the floor. Needle your right elbow under your right knee and lengthening your arm, lengthening your spine, gazing forward. Breathe. Gaze forward. Breathe. Exhale, plant your hand back onto the floor, stepping back. Find your high plank, stay in your high plank, take a vinyasa of your choice, coming in your down dog, child pose, always available. Breathe. Downward facing dog. Breathe. long neck, long spine. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward between your hands, inhaling halfway, fold forward. One breath standing, inhaling. Exhale, bring your prayer. Tadasana. Strong like a mountain, rooted down. Inhaling. Exhaling, prayer in front of your chest. Inhaling, your fingers. Opening. And then from here, you coming in your high lunge. First, let your arms swinging. Heavy arms. Relaxed shoulders. Inhaling. Sweep your arms. Exhaling, twisting. Left arm reaches forward. Breathe, bend your front knee a tiny bit more. Beautiful. Pushing with your heel. Maybe you stay or you find the bind with your back arm to lifting up from your heart. Bend your knees. Breath. One more big inhaling. Exhaling, unfolding. First, you want to opening your arms and then you're coming back. Plant your hands onto the floor and stepping back. Downward facing dog. Stay down dog. Take a vinyasa of your choice. In. Let's meet downward facing dog. Step your feet together, your left leg towards the ceiling, stay square in your hips. Step your left foot on the outside of your left hand, open it 45 degrees. Right hand rooting down, left arm opening up. You can bring your hand on your knees. Sorry, I forgot to tell last time. Everyone is practicing with me longer. Breath. Last breath in. Exhaling, releasing your arm, and then you want to needle your elbow under your knee, opening your arm, and you're opening your chest. Create a bit more space in your shoulder. Exhaling, planting your hands back onto the floor, stepping back in your high plank. Stay in your high plank. Take a vinyasa of your choice. Breathe. And let's meet in downward facing dog. When you've taken a child pose, breathe. Find your hands, your shoulders, your belly, 2-3 centimeters below your belly button. It pushes high towards the ceiling. Please stay bent in your knees when you need. Taking 2 more breaths and find this ease in your breath, in your pose. Is there struggling happening? Let it rest. Bend your knees towards your chest, hopping, stepping, walking forward between your hands. Inhaling halfway, fold forward. Uttanasana, 1 breath standing. Inhaling. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest, eyes closed. Trikonasana, release your arms, inhaling, sweep. Exhale, folding forward. Step your right foot back, open it 45 degrees, making sure you do not cross the line with your heels. Both legs lengthening, right hand on your right hip. Come as high as you need with your left arm to have a long spine. And then you're opening your right arm towards the ceiling. Press. Do not compensate in folding forward from your shoulder to have your hand down. Breath. Breath. Yes, wonderful. Breathe. Breath. Sling your leg. Yeah. Breath. Come a tiny bit higher. Breath. Bring your hand back on your hip, hand back on your hip. Gaze towards your front toes, shortening your step maybe a tiny bit, 2-3 centimeters, that you can squaring your hips towards the floor, reaching forward from your heart. So your left hip pushes back, your right hip comes forward. Stay here or twist it. Triangle from your right arm, right side, you reach towards your left side, plant your hand inside on top or on the outside of your left foot, using a block if you need. Breathe. I give you breath. Breath. Arm reaches high, or you stay with your arm on your hip. One more big breath. Okay. Breath. Exhaling, releasing both hands towards the floor, folding over your front knee, bending your front knee. In, come in your high lunge, releasing your arms, swinging your arms. Inhaling your arms over your head, bending your front knee. Exhaling, releasing your hands, plant your hands, stepping back in your high plank, knees, chin, chest, or Chaturanga Dandasana, any variation you'd like to take. Downward facing dog. Breath. Breath. Shaking head, releasing tension. Step your feet together, bending your knees, hopping, stepping, walking forward between your hands. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward, Uttanasana. One breath, standing, inhaling. Exhaling, bring your prayer. Tadasana, fingers releasing, shoulders heavy, feet rooting down, inhaling. Exhaling, arms over your head. Exhaling, folding forward. Step your left foot back, open it 45 degrees, both legs long, left hand on your left hip. Please making sure you open your left hip, stays over your leg, left hip, opening up, long spine. Maybe you need to come higher as you can't stay down. I did hurt my hamstring, I need to come higher. Who cares? You want to have a long spine, freedom in your breath, freedom in your joints, smile in your heart. Breath. Back foot, breathing down. Inhaling, bring your hand back onto your hip, gaze towards your toes. Maybe you need to step your foot a tiny bit closer, 2 centimeters, opening your toes forward 60 degrees, both hands on your hips, long legs, long spine. Stay, or you find you're twisting from your, so you want to find from your chest, you're turning towards the side. Breath. Breath. Very nice concentration, meditation in every pose you're taking. Breath. Yes, long spine, breathe. One more, big inhaling. Exhaling, releasing both of your arms towards the floor. And then from here, you're bending your knee, swinging yourself up in your highlands or first warrior. You can come onto your toes or you stay down. Breathe. Breath. Exhaling, planting your hands, stepping back, high plank. Take a vinyasa of your choice, resting in child pose, whatever you need. Breath. Breath. Exhaling, let's meet in downward facing dog, shaking your head, making some funky faces, and with your exhaling, letting your tongue come out with a big exhaling like One more time, really making funky faces, squeezing face, making it very blah, 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 and exhaling. And your last time, really being playful. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhaling halfway, fold forward, Uttanasana. One breath, standing, inhaling. Exhale, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Tadasana, releasing your arms. Praise one more. Trikonasana, starting with your right. Inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward. Step your right foot back. Open it 45 degrees. Now your body now is floating. Trikonasana. Breathe. Exhaling, your right hand on your right hip, gaze towards your left toes, bending your left knee, reaching forward from your left hand, 20 centimeters in line with your toes, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. You can use a block, you can lift your back leg, hand stays on your hip, or you're walking yourself slowly, opening your chest towards your right side, and maybe you can open your arm towards the ceiling. Eventually, you gaze towards the ceiling. Stay here, one more breath. Breathe. Stay with your left leg. Stay with your right leg in the air, squaring your hips, squaring your shoulders. So you stay in your neutral position, your right leg reaching high. You can stay here or you take your twisted Parivrtta. So you bring your right hand in front of your face, your left hand on your hip, play twisting. Maybe it's a really wobbly business. I know. Breathe. One more big breath. Exhaling, both hands coming back onto the floor, lifting your right leg even a tiny bit higher. Stay with your hands under your shoulders, or you're walking towards your standing split. Walking your hands towards your left ankle. Grab your ankle with both of your hands, with one of your hands lifting up. Breathe. One more breath. I know it's a long time on your left leg. Gazing forward, bending your front knee, your hands resting on the floor. You're opening your chest, lifting your back leg. Stay, or you plant your hands in front of your chest. Stay with your knee bent, or you open your arm towards the side, letting yourself fly. Breathe. Inhale. Exhaling, step your right foot back, long Manas lunge, gazing forward, stepping back in your downward facing dog with a big exhaling. Oh, complaining. One more. Oh. So please stay in your down dog. Take a vinyasa of your choice. If you feel ready, breathe. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breathe, people in child pose, join us in downward facing dog. One more, hopping, stepping, walking forward, bending your knees, stepping, inhaling, come halfway, fold forward. One breath, standing. Exhale, bring your prayer. Tadasana. Remember your roots. Your presence is there, complaining, judging, evaluating. Nourish your being with your breath. Breath, inhaling, arms left side, one is stepping back. So we do all the same on your left side. Step your left foot back, open it 45 degrees. Body knows already, being knows how to flow in your Trikonasana. Trust your movements. Yes, only mind has doubts. Being do not have doubts. Being unfolding, minute, second, moment. Breathe, hand on your hip. Let your fingers sliding forward, lift your back leg. You stay like this, no problem at all. Or you start opening your torso, gazing towards the side, and then eventually you're opening your arm towards the ceiling. Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe. Breathe. And from here, you're squaring your hips, you're squaring. Come on a block, it's a bit easier. Squaring your hips, squaring your shoulders. Stay high with your back leg. Breathe. And you want to find your twisted half moon. Do your best. Smiling, breathing. Inhaling, squaring hips, squaring shoulders. Stay, or walking yourself into your standing split. Lifting your back leg. Breathe. Walk your hands towards your ankle, grabbing with one hand your ankle, grabbing with the other hand. Breathe. Try. Maike, come on. Breathe. Stare. Bending your front knee, gazing forward, lifting your back leg, opening your chest. You want to find really this nice connection from your ball of your foot towards your chest. Breathe, bring your hand in front of your chest, or opening up towards the side like Flying. Breathe. One more breath. Exhaling, releasing, hands stepping back, long runners lunge, gazing forward with a big, big exhaling. Downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa of your choice. You already know. Do what feels right for you. Pace your energy. Spread. Shoulders, elbows soft. Mike, observe your elbows. You have this tendency overstretching elbows. Breathe, spreading your fingers. Beautiful. Breathe. Breathe. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Listen, inhaling, coming halfway. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana, bending your knees, arms sliding along your legs, lifting your prayer. Stay bending your knees. Long spine, belly coming in. Exhaling, folding forward, Uttanasana, releasing your leg. Bend your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking, floating back. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, flow in your child pose, fingers meeting your toes, forehead touches the floor. Slowing down, you're still connecting with your roots and the lightness, the light. You're growing, flowing, evolving, developing. Tuck your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, shoulders rolling back and down. Sit on one side, swing your legs in front, pushing with your hands, your flesh. Paschimottanasana. Please remember folding in your knees, or you use a height to sit on. I always like more bending knees because there you are a bit more flexible and you can letting your legs lengthening step by step. When you're sitting higher, you are a bit more tight in the pose. So when you like, you're bending your knees, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. From your belly, you're reaching forward. Maybe you can grabbing your toes and you're folding forward, releasing your neck. When you have your knees bent, there is this possibility after a few breaths, maybe you can let your heels sliding forward without losing the contact of your thighs with your belly. Inhaling, reaching forward from your heart. Exhaling, come in your sitting. Bend your right knee and plant your right foot on the outside of your right hip. Shoulders coming in between. You want to reaching forward from your chest. Maybe you reach forward from both of your arms. This is maybe enough, or you find with your right arm, hugging your right knee, your left arm, find the bind with your fingers, squaring your shoulders, opening your chest, and from here you're folding forward. So people, when you have a belt, you can use a belt. You bring the center of your belt towards your left side. So you can grab with your left hand the belt, and then you bring your right hand and you're walking with your right hand towards your left. This foot, bring a bit more, and this is it, outside. You want to bring first your shoulders in, bring your knee up. This is it. And from here, you're reaching around, grabbing this belt, and now you're walking with these fingers towards this one. Yes, look at this. Beautiful. Breathe. One more big, big breath. Exhaling, release, releasing your hands, lengthening both of your legs, giving them a bit of a shake. And you want to bend your left knee, plant your left heel outside of your left hip. Your foot faces front. Your full foot want to press into the floor. You bring your shoulders in. Maybe this is good enough and you sit here. For some people, this is already a bit of a challenge. Lifting your spine, reaching forward from your heart. I always like to reach forward first to find length in arms, length in spine. And then without much thinking, you're reaching with your right arm, your left arm. Maybe eventually you're finding a bind and you want to squaring your shoulders. Beautiful. Pauline, when you bring your foot a bit more towards the out, yeah, and you need perfect. Breath. Breath. One more big breath. Remember, breath is the most important in any pose you are. Inhaling, releasing, coming back in your sitting, releasing your legs, giving them a bit of a shake, bending your knees, hug your knees towards your chest, and balancing on your sit pose. Sorry, I forgot to ask you, making sure you have space on your mat and you wanna shuffling a bit forward, first 3/4 of your mat. So you wanna have your knees, sorry, should have told you for rolling back your shoulders. Hands under your knees, opening chest, reaching forward from your balls of your feet, stay, or you're lifting your legs, arms, Navasana, breathe, bow. Exhaling, lowering down. So you're pushing from your balls of your feet, breathe. Lifting up one more time. Exhaling, lowering down, halfway. Breathe, and then you're lowering down even a tiny bit more. Breathe. Breathe. One more breath. Exhaling, release. Bring your arms over your head. A really sweet stretching here. Massaging from your seat. Bend your knees, hug your knees towards your chest, round your spine. Squeeze your body. Inhaling, releasing your feet onto the floor, opening your arms like a T towards the side. Step your feet together. Release your knees towards your right side. Gaze over your left shoulder. Please stay here. Or maybe you have a bit more flexibility. You can lengthening your left leg, grabbing with your right hand, your left toes, while you're gazing over your left shoulder, releasing your chest. One more big inhale. Exhaling, gently floating back with your feet onto the floor in your center, letting your knees floating towards the other side. Shoulder reaching down. Remember, you can stretching out your leg, grabbing with your toes. One more big, big inhaling. Exhaling. Release. Inhaling with your knees back in your neutral. Hugging your knees one more time so you can release maybe any tension still you've been created. Exhaling, releasing your feet. Maybe you need to adjust and take some socks or jumper before you flow in your Shavasana. Your arms next to your body, palms, your hands facing up, making sure your shoulder blades rolling back and down so you can release tension in your shoulders. Your chest releases, your rib cage softens, your belly, your organs let go. Your hips stay open so your toes floating towards the side. Softening your breath, find your natural breath. Maybe you want to wet your lips with your tongue, swallow to release tension in your face, in your throat. Your tongue finds ease and softness. Remember, you are here. Nourish your presence. Giving up this doing, needing, shoulds, shouldn'ts. Do you still feel any tension? Maybe in toes, in thighs, in hips. Softening these muscles. Natural breath. Softening your chest, your shoulders, your fingers. Forehead sweet. The Call by Oriah Mountain Dreamer. I have heard it all my life, a voice calling a name I recognized as my own. Sometimes it comes as a soft-bellied whisper. Sometimes it holds an edge of urgency. But always it says, "Wake up, my love. You are walking asleep. There is no safety in that. Remember what you are and let this knowing take you home to the beloved with every breath. Hold tenderly who you are and let a deeper knowing color the shape of your humanness. There is nowhere to go. What you are looking for is right here. Open the fist clenched in wanting and see what you already hold in your hand. There is no waiting for something to happen, no point in the future to get to. All you have ever longed for is here, dear, in this moment, right now. You are wearing yourself out with all this searching. Come home and rest. How much longer can you live like this? Your hungry spirit is gaunt. Your heart stumbles, all this trying, give it up. Let yourself be one of the God made, faithful only to the beauty you are. Let the lover pull you to your feet and hold you close, dancing, even when fear urges you to sit this one out. Remember, there is one word you are here to say with your whole being. When it finds you, give your life to it. Don't be tight-lipped and stingy. Spend yourself completely on the saying. Be one word in this great love poem we are writing together. And slowly and gently reconnecting with your breath. Reconnect to your sensations, letting your breath grow fuller and stronger. With this inner movement, maybe there are spontaneous movements happening, stretching, touching, rolling around. A movement is missing you're longing for. If you feel ready, you can fold in your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. Bring your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up, find a comfortable seat, any seat you would like to take, kneeling, cross-legged, lotus, half lotus, legs in front of you. Bring your prayer in front of your chest, close your eyes. With all your gratitude of your being, of being here, practicing breathing, nourishing your being. We want to finish and seal the practice with one deep, nice, long sounding Om. Take a comfortable inhaling. Thank you for practicing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful start of spring today. Namaste.